Dude, thank you so much. That canyon rope swing, just insane, Mr. Michael. Is that something you would maybe consider doing?
Never.
Never? No? No. He's set in his ways. I would actually give it a go.
No,
I would actually give it a go. I think it would be fine. All right, so the reason why Grant actually mentioned that you are actually here this morning is because last time he took us to the kitchen, he mentioned you and you weren't here. No, shame. That's all right. But it's about pound cakes this morning.
Yes.
It's very interesting, very unique type of cake. It goes back, I'm sure, a long way, lots and lots of years. But, I mean, you're here to shed some light on it for us.
Yeah. Look, the thing is, with a pound cake, I was saying to you earlier when I was at cookery school, we had those balancing scales.
Yeah.
And then you had a whole lot of weights from sort of a big one going up to a tiny little one. And then they had pennies and halfpennies and farthings as well for the
pennies,
really,
halfpennies and farthings.
I know, for the really small weights. But essentially, a pound cake is a very firm, generally vanilla-flavored cake.
Yes.
And you start off on the balancing scales by weighing your eggs.
Okay. So eggs in the shell.
Eggs in the shell on the scale. And then you weigh exactly the same amount of butter, of sugar, and of flour. Now you can add baking powder or you can use self-raising.
All right.
And then you can
it just has to be the same weight.
It has to be the same weight.
All right.
And then you can flavour it with vanilla, you can flavour it with orange zest or lemon or lime or whatever.
Okay.
What my grandmother used to do was she used to line her baking pans with paper, and then she would take lemon balm leaves and put them on the bottom, and then put the cake on top, and that lemon flavour would bake up through the cake.
That's beautiful.
So there are any number of different kinds. You know, in America, the pound cake was the big thing down in the south, and then England had the Victoria sponge and Madeira cake.
Oh yes.
And it was called Madeira cake not because it came from Madeira, but because it gave the ladies an excuse to drink Madeira in the afternoon.
Clever.
Clever. Yeah, and then the Germans have something which is called Eisschwerkuchen.
Eisschwerkuchen.
Yeah. So it's quite... In South America, it's called...
So every tradition, culture has its own style.
A basic cake recipe. And you can colour it up. We're going to do a 3-colour one just now.
Really?
You can add chocolates, any number of flavourings.
Okay. Do you have to adapt in terms of the amount of your ingredients if you add something like chocolate or
Not
something
really.
else? Or does the basic stay the same?
It stays the same. Look, with your chocolate, you can add melted chocolate, or you can add cocoa.
And we've used some cocoa earlier.
Yeah, and you can just sift it in with the flour and the baking powder and salt.
As long as it stays the same way.
Absolutely.
Great
and
stuff.
The French call it cut, which means quarter. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
There we go. Easy as that. So you said after the break we are making a 3-coloured pound cake. That's Grandma's 3-coloured pound cake. That's going to be very interesting. Don't miss that after the break.
By supporting the Hoedspruit Endangered Species Centre, that's where we found goodness. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welkom terug. Jy's teruggeskakel hier by Express op SABC3. Just before the break, I chatted to Michael. We are making pound cakes this morning. Very, very interesting. Goes back thousands of years. It's a traditional type of cake. But it's a very interesting type of cake. Like you explained the basics, if equal ingredients of flour, eggs, sugar, and butter.
Yeah.
And then you put your own twist on it.
Yeah.
So this morning we're making what?
We're going to make it a 3-colour cake.
3-colour pound cake.
Yeah, so we've got vanilla, chocolate, and then one that's sort of coloured with pink. So sort of almost like that Neapolitan ice cream.
Aha, I see.
So what we start off with is our butter, really soft.
That's it.
And when my grandmother used to bake, she used to put everything out the night before.
Oh wow.
So that the eggs, the butter, the bowls, the sugar, everything
should be room temperature.
All at room temperature. Yeah.
That's it. That's one trick I learned. If you do use eggs in any baking recipe, make sure that it's room temperature.
Absolutely. In fact, it's best to have everything at room temperature.
All right.
Except obviously for your milk or cream or buttermilk or anything like that you're adding.
All right.
So there we go.
So you're just mixing it nicely there now by hand.
And now
really the butter and sugar.
You need to give this quite a good going. My grandmother used to use a big sort of china mason bowl with a wooden spoon, and her wooden spoon was worn away completely from
from all the mixing.
From all the mixing.
Sure.
Right.
So your grandma was a good baker then, eh?
She was a great baker, yeah.
Lovely. All right. That looks well mixed.
So there we go. You can take it a little more if you like. Now here we've got our flour.
And that's
some baking powder.
All right.
And we've got just a pinch of salt, always a pinch of salt.
Always a pinch of salt.
Absolutely.
All right.
Now, the one thing that I like to do is when you when you get going on a cake, and we're going to put these 3 eggs in now.
Okay.
Is each time you beat your egg in, just to add a touch of flour, because
Really?
yeah, well that just stops the mixture from curdling.
Well, there's a lovely baking tip for you right there.
The mixture does tend to curdle. Not that it matters.
Yeah, but I mean, you want to try and avoid it as far as possible.
I like to try and avoid it.
Of course. We are making Granny 3-color pound cake this morning. You can do the same at home by SMSing the keyword color to 33728. We'll send you on the Pick n Pay shopping list, and you could make this lovely little cake at home. All right, so there goes the second egg. Once again, a little scoop of flour.
Spoonful of flour.
All right. Very nice little tip to remember right there.
Absolutely. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add the 3rd egg now,
All
and
right.
then...
Can I add it for you?
Yeah, why not?
All right, when you're done.
Yes, go.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, one-hander, hey?
Oh, you know what? And then I've put a little piece of shell in there as well. Ah, I just failed. But yeah, I know, I've been practicing, you can see.
Let's see. Yeah, I must say, I've never quite learned that skill.
I'll teach you one day, Mark.
Thank you, thank
Right.
you.
You know?
Right. There we go. So now we're all done. So what we need to do now is to add the buttermilk.
Okay.
Why don't you take a spoonful there, and you can just add a spoonful.
Okay. How's that?
That's great. And then I'll beat that in, and we can...
All right, so it goes slow. You don't put the whole wad of flour in
No,
there.
you don't. No,
at
it's
one go.
just easier if you...
Okay.
Right, you can put the next one in.
How's the arm feeling?
Arm's fine. Arm's going to last right through to the end.
Good, good. We want to see the end result.
Absolutely.
All right, so it just shows, you know, take your time with this. Enjoy making your pound
For sure.
cake.
No, it's all part of the whole
Experience.
the whole thing, and then you can sort of beat the love into
Yeah.
the
So I'm
cake
quite
as
interested
well.
to see where you're going to get the 3 different colors now.
Okay, go for it. Some more.
There we go.
How much more flour have you got there?
I would say like about another 3 spoons.
Okay, well you can put another one in.
All right. And then I'll just dip in the rest when you tell me to.
Yep. And then we can add the remaining buttermilk.
Okay, remaining buttermilk. Got that for you.
And let's put the vanilla in now.
Okay.
as well.
Ooh, vanilla.
Don't forget the vanilla.
One of my ultimate favorites.
Oh, it's fantastic.
All
Lovely.
right. And then
We
the
can
rest
add
of the flour?
flour. Yep.
Okay, there we go. Perfect.
Right. Good. So now we've got our mixture here.
All right.
So what we want to do is we now want to colour up
Yes.
2 parts of
Now
of
that's
this.
I want to see. If you have just tuned in, we are making Granny 3-color pound cake this morning. SMS the keyword color to 33728. We'll send you on the Pick n Pay shopping list so you can make your own pound cake at home. It's actually quite easy, not that difficult.
Right. Now what we're going to do now is
Yes.
we're going to take a 1/3 of this,
All right.
and you don't have to be too accurate.
Okay. So this is just, I mean, it's a guessing game. You
Yeah,
don't have
just
to.
a 1/3,
All right.
and then we're going to put a 1/3 in here,
Nice.
and we're going to put a 1/3 in here.
All right.
I'm going to put slightly more into this one because we're going to be adding the chocolate to it.
Oh, this is going to come out delicious, I can tell you that much. And now you're going to actually start coloring it.
Yep.
All right.
So to get all that out.
There we go. Got
And then-
that.
And then to this one, we're going to add a little bit of food coloring.
You do it with a little skewer stick.
It colors up very, very quickly.
Okay.
And
So go easy on the food coloring.
so you really need to go. I might even have gone
Can
a
I
bit
mix that
far
for you?
here. Yes, absolutely.
Grab that and
And
mix
then
while you go on for the rest.
Go on to the chocolate.
Oh, wow.
now-
See what I mean? Just a little bit goes
Yeah,
a long way.
Absolutely.
That's it. Look at
And
that. A nice pinkish
Probably,
color.
probably gone a bit too pink there.
Well, it's all right, I guess.
Right. When
Sure,
you've
that
done,
is a
then
quite
you
nicer
can
pink.
you can just pour it in on top there.
All right. A little bit really goes a long way. Look at that.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. And then we'll just kind of flatten this out a little bit.
Doesn't matter. You don't
Really?
need to. Yep.
You know what? I'm a little bit of a perfectionist.
Are you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Right. Off you go.
All right. Oh, look at that.
And then we're going to add the chocolate on top. You can add them in any order you want, by the way. You don't have to be... My goodness, you are a perfectionist, aren't you?
I'm sorry, Michael, I can't help it.
So there we have our chocolate on top.
Nice.
Now what you want to do is you want to get that sort of marbled...
Yes.
That sort of marbled effect. So then you
Oh,
can
wow,
just,
look at you.
You can just stir it like that.
That does look a little like that ice cream, Napolitan ice cream.
Absolutely. And then there you go. And then what you can then do is you can just pop it into the oven and bake it.
All right. I tell you what, while I pop it in the oven, if you have missed any of the steps that we've done or took this morning in preparing our Grandma's 3-color pound cake, here's a quick recap. We'll be right back.
Sift flour, baking powder and salt. Beat butter and sugar, then mix in the eggs, one at a time, followed by a spoonful of flour. Add vanilla, buttermilk and remaining flour. Divide batter into thirds. Place 1/3 into the tin, color 1/3 with cocoa powder dissolved in water, color the other third with red color, then pour into the tin. Bake at 180 degrees for 40 to 50 minutes.
So that went into the oven, but here we have our final product of what it would look like, Mr. Michael, and I just want you guys to take a look at that.
Isn't that amazing?
Look at that.
That
That is just beautiful. It's like a little piece of artwork,
It
Michael.
is.
Eh?
Absolutely, yeah.
Well done. Grandma's 3-color pound cake. SMS the keyword color to 33728 will send you on the shopping list. You can make this gorgeous piece of pound cake in your own home. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
That was lots
Lovely
of
to
fun.
be
I
with you.
haven't been baking with you for ages. All right, Graham, dude, what do you say about our lovely masterpiece of a pound cake?
By supporting businessmen like Sibusiso Chabalala and his Berry Hill Trading Company, that's where we found goodness. Pick and Pay, always there for you.